Armed Trials all last weekend. Got the role I was looking for, thank God. Pray to God. Actually, Trials was pretty fun this week, I'm not gonna lie. Outside of the crouch spamming SMGs, I actually enjoyed running SMGs all weekends. It was a good time. But anyway, I ended up taking this SMG and then throwing into a Strand Warlock build that I've been kind of messing around, seeing if it was possible to make something kind of in between. So it's a mix of both the Threadling build and as well the suspension build. With added in Unraveling too to kind of make this just an instant flux of CC, and as well it'll have some good boss damage too. So anyway, let's get into the build here. Obviously going to be using Broadweaver, Needle Storm's your only super, so you're going to want to be using Shackle Grenade, not the Threadling Grenade, even though the SMG has Threadling on it. You're going to use Shackle because consuming it will allow you to suspend targets using the Mind Spun Invocation aspect. Obviously, you just could be using the two aspects we have in the game right now. Please, Bungie, can we get another one? Please, soon. Maybe next season, please. On to the fragments here. Thread of Mind, defeating suspended targets grants a class ability energy. So every time you get kills with the SMG proc from consuming your Shackle Grenade, you're going to be getting your class ability energy back, which is great to spam more Threadlings from Weaver's Call aspect. Thread of Warding, picking up Orbs of Power grants Woven Mail. Great damage resistance perk mod, whatever you want to call it, just fantastic. Then Thread of Evolution, Threadlings travel farther and deal additional damage. This is a personal pick. If instead you wanted to, you could put in something like Thread of Fury to get melee energy back, or even wherever it is, Thread of Continuity, so you could have Suspend last for an extra 4 or 5 seconds, however long it is. This is one I was kind of in between on whether I wanted, but inevitably I kind of just wanted that more damage to Threadlings to make my super do more damage, and then also allowing the Threadlings that I'm spawning from Tangles and from my SMG to do more damage as well. And then lastly, Thread of Generation, dealing damage generates grenade energy. The only other one that I think that you could really throw in here too, I don't know what you'd get rid of for it, that's up to you. Maybe in lower level content you could get rid of Thread of Warding and then put in this. And you could do Strand Weapon Final Blows have a chance to create a Threadling. So this will allow it to fund in even more Threadlings into the build, kind of allowing just for constant just uptime of just like demolishing everything in sight. Now onto the mods here. I'm going to be rocking Strand and an Arc Siphon mod. I'll show you why in a minute here. Heavy Ammo Finder. For the arms here, going to be using Fawn of Vigor, so I can just get that extra 30 to strength, so my strength can be at 60, and I can get just a little shorter cooldown for getting my melee back. And then Focusing Strike and Impact Induction, so basically when I hit my melee, I'll be getting class ability and grenade energy back. Chest piece, I'd say really whatever you want up here. You could run resist mods, I think are the best bet for you, and then maybe like a charged up, or you could run reserves. That's all on you. Boots, obviously we're using swarmers with this build, so Threadling spawns from Tangles and Unravel targets. So basically anytime you throw, shoot a Tangle, it will spawn Threadlings, and all of your Threadlings will now cause Unravel on targets that they explode on. So that's kind of where all that flows in together with this build. Then I'm rocking 3 Strand Weapon Surges, just so I can get that 22% damage boost. And then lastly for class item here, pretty much like every build I have, double bomber and then time dilation, just so you can get 15 seconds on each armor charge instead of 10. So for the weapons here, this is actually pretty important. I highly recommend a wave frame. I mean, you could put whatever exotic in here if you want. I mean, hey, if you don't have a good immortal, you could always go back to the old Osteostriga and do the Osteostriga suspension. But I think the Strand weapon with Hatchling is what makes this so damn good. So you're gonna have an SMG, or you could have even the auto rifle. You have the auto rifle with Hatchling demo. That honestly might be better than this, because I can't get that damn auto from the ready to drop at all. This is like the best I have here. But so Hatchling will allow you to spawn in those Threadlings. Just constantly spam it more often. And then I'm using a Forbearance, and that's why I'm using Arc Weapon Siphon, so that basically when enemies are suspended, I'll be able to shoot, you know, forbearance on the ground, and it will explode the initial enemies, and they do the chain explosion, killing all the suspended enemies, giving me my class ability back, as well as grenade energy back, just from insane damage, which will also proc the Unravel. It will do everything. It'll be fantastic. And then lastly here, a weapon that I think a lot of people are slipping on, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, is the raid grenade launcher. I do have one with demo hatchling. I thought I'd try it out, but personally I prefer my reconstruction surrounded, so that I can basically, every time I pull it out, I have pretty much the ammo full, and if I'm surrounded by some enemies, I can do some pretty damn good damage. I'm waiting until I craft it before I really do much with this, but I do think this grenade launcher is fantastic and can do some pretty crazy stuff. Alright, now I'm just going to kind of show a short little gameplay loop here, just so you can kind of see how this thing works. It is pretty damn fun, man. It was a build I didn't really see myself making at all, or seeing how it would even work at all, but hey, man. We're just gonna ignore me missing that shot, but yeah, you'll see here, it'll do the explosion, cause all of them to explode there. Some will still be tangled up in the air, maybe. But forbearance is actually kind of underrated to slap in with a build with this, and then you can use your grenade launcher too to just basically chunk everything down, and kind of, yeah, rinse repeat this whole cycle. Yes, my favorite. This build just basically allows for a never-ending flow of just suspension, Unravel, Threadlings at all times notice. It is insane how much damage this thing can do. This has probably become my favorite Strand build. I'm be honest though, I do not know how much use this is going to have in endgame content, so don't, you know, go into master nightfalls and stuff and expect this to be like an all-killing god. This is just a dumb build I made one night that I think is super fun. I mean, just look at that. It's insane. That's just nuts. This might not be the craziest under-leveled content, but you know, I'm still pretty far under. I'm like 5 under or whatever, but anyway guys, I'm gonna probably put some extra gameplay here at the end for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.